all right. Give me a second here. We'll let it all hang out, right? Something, guys. Bear with me as Warrior Junior is still here. Believe it or not, sometimes I sense to surprise myself, when I talk. So let's try to focus on me and talk about life. Okay, it's been a while. It's Warrior WJ, Warrior Junior. I haven't been on this in a while for a combination of reasons. I've been kind of busy. I mentioned I competed in a natural bodybuilding show in Bakersfield last week, and this is I'm going to talk a little bit about the show real quick, and then I'm going to get into what's really kind of bothering me lately. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should talk about what's bothering me first, then talk about the show. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that because I think sometimes to get things off your chest and whatever, I don't like the way the world's going. I've been watching this pickup guy, and I don't know where he is, in Budapest or something. And he's basically, I see, going up there and trying to talk to women and everything. I've seen this fucking thing. And I equate, my time to energy. I don't know, how you look at it, but you got only so much energy, right? Hold on, let me turn off this fucking light real quick. Bear with me. What happened was my light in my kitchen went out, and it's like the tube, so I had to bring in another light from the other room just to get by for the night. So, but you know what? I'm good with handling things that happen in life. Like problems. Like little things like that. That happen in life. It's okay. Like I kind of things don't really bother me too much. What bothers me a lot is what I call something that's natural and organic. It's just meeting women that I'm attracted to. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, I go on these walks and I walk by this strip club that's not far from me, and they cannot hold a candle to the OG women that I grew up watching. And it's like, well, your mind is warped from watching porn and everything. And I go, well, maybe partially, yes, but I don't think there's anything wrong with being attracted to a type of woman that has, really, voluptuous or really great features. Or how is that weird? How is that abnormal? They make it seem like in life you're supposed to take whatever kind of woman, whatever you can get, and just be happy with it. And no, no. I got this manager next door. It's like a woman, choose some Lemical and something like that, some guy. I don't think this way. Like, I'm attracted to certain types of women, and if it's not that, then I don't care. They just have no value to me. I call this episode, let's stop being nice and let's start being real, And that's the problem. If you're real and what you're saying, you're gonna upset a lot of people. Now it's hard because I'm nice to people in the market, but in general, like it's amazing that okay, like I saw this one woman yesterday at this market that she was outside. She was, this is really something super extraordinary, and she was, and I just felt incredible tension to try to like say things perfectly because I knew how rare a woman like this is. Um, I look all the time, and I don't see women that fit this type of mold of what I find very sexually attractive. And I'm sorry, I'm a real man. That's like, and it's I know it's like I shouldn't apologize for being a real man and being, but our society basically has shunned us or warped us into thinking you can't do this. I mean, literally, I feel like I blame this world. I shouldn't even be here because of the way that this world is turned on its axis. As far as the normal human dynamic of man meets woman, I don't care about gays. I don't care about this and that. They have no bearing on the normalcy of what I'm trying to get. But for some reason, like wherever I go, it's always the same story. It's always I'm in a hurry. I'm not interested. Thanks, but no thanks. And I just couldn't. I talked to this woman for a minute, and then I remember like, well, don't act like you really want, kind of thing. So I went in the market, did my shopping, and there she was inside looking at like more flowers and stuff. And I kind of noticed her behind, like, and I just didn't want to like run after her a second time. I felt like, well, maybe casually, like if I after I get my fruit here, and then she was just gone. And then see, you got to live the rest of your life wondering, well, if I would have tried, if I could have tried harder. See, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't a lot of times. These guys that you see doing pickup on the street during the day and everything like that, they're taking whatever they can get kind of thing. They're not doing what I'm doing. I'm very, very selective. So what I, the women I'm attracted to, it's extremely hard. At my gym, I mean, I could agitate so many people if I really start being honest. But I notice a lot of these brothers, like in my gym, they're all personal trainers now. Now, again, I'm going to say this nicely because, I have nothing against black people at all. It just seems that, like, for whatever reason, this whole movement has given them, like this carte blanche to like where, they have they get the women, they get the thing, they get it, and I get nothing kind of thing. Now, again, my mentors were black, and my mentors that started me in this whole thing. I was on Soul Train. I mean, being basically, a guy that almost 50 years old, like, no, I shouldn't be here. No, I can't go here. No, I can't. Steve Harvey once said, he's like, oh, I just wanted to fish. And everywhere I went, they kept throwing me off. I was on somebody's property. I couldn't find a damn place to go fishing, and that's all he wanted was just to sit on a property, like he just couldn't do something that was so damn natural and systematic. So he finally became so rich that he could buy his own fucking pond, like, and I remember he talks about this. And that's what this bothers me, that it's like, here I'm seeing women every once in a while I'm really attracted to, and I'm trying kind of, but I'm not trying to act desperate. And I'm in LA here. You got to understand something. And I am in a location of, unfortunately, like I said, Beverly Hills adjacent, where there are a lot of gays, like, and these women waste the best years of their life hanging out with them. Now, I hate to say this, but the reality is, a straight man, we don't like to hang around gays. I mean, I'm just sorry. I hate to break it to you. I don't hate them. I have nothing against them, but I have nothing for that. I don't care. Like I'm out for my own best interest in life. That's all that fucking matters. Pretending the likes to get to some woman, shouldn't have to. Should be natural and organic. And everybody's, well, move, go somewhere else. You look appearance, you're gonna find confrontation. You're gonna find combativeness. You're gonna find wherever you fucking go, it's not gonna be easy. Now, maybe for some, but for me, it's like, God help you. If you still got a little bit of energy left, you get basically pushed out of society. I mean, I stopped going dancing county. I stopped going to these fucking places because I felt like I was wasting an immense amount of energy going to these fucking places and getting nothing. Being a party starter, like a dancing kind of clown, kind of thing. And I'm not a clown. People give me props. Wow, you're really great. You're amazing. But then again, it's like I call it the Pagliacci disease, where you're performing, you're praying, but then you cry alone in your trailer because you don't have anybody. Like you're just wasting time and energy. It's not that big of a deal what you're doing. You're an outlier outside of the norm, and unfortunately, other women that are also outliers, you know, they have money. You gotta understand, women and men are completely different. And a woman, they come into their prime when they're young. So by the time they're my age, they're nothing. Like you got a 50-year-old woman. I mean, you know, like now I'm not really, you know, hating on older women. I'm not saying, but for the most part, there ain't nothing left there. The fruit is rotten already. You know, like I hate to say that, but see, that's the problem. When you're real, when you're real, people are going to they're going to get very, very, you know, they don't want to hear the reality. Now, I'm not saying I'm anything, okay, again, but I'm just saying, like, it sucks that, you know, that you're a real man, you want to fuck, and you're beautiful women, you have these things, and do nothing. Like, it's really unfortunate. Now, there are massage places, are call girls. This can be quite pricey. I mean, we're talking like some of these women, $700 for an hour, you know, plus whatever. And then, you know, the massage places, you know, unfortunately, I call it potluck. You go in there and you pay the room, and then some woman walks in. You know, I don't like that. I like to pick what I like. And I say, now Tijuana, that's a little different. But again, I shared my Mexico stories. I'm not going down there ever again. I'm scared, you know, like I'm not compromising my freedom to hope to get 30 seconds of a little fun. I mean, that's not worth it for me. So it all boils down to a very difficult um, thing to go through life and out there at night. Like you really, it's like almost like, you know, kind of like a prison in a way. You have your freedom, but there's nowhere to go because everything is closed. A real bad. This is like really pathetic. The way that what we turn into, or what I call LA life here. You know, it's pathetic at all. I'm so happy. When I was younger, there were places to go, but I'm still alive. You know, like it really sucks that we had Dublins, we had Roxbury, we had the Kiko, go places to go dancing. It was so much fun. All gone, all gone. I feel sorry for anybody half my age. They have no fucking idea of really what what to be enjoy life and be around a real positive social kind of crowd back in the day. It's pathetic. It's so sad what everything has turned into. So basically, yeah. So I stopped going out dancing. I stopped. You know, I gave up. I gave up now, but I substituted it with my bodybuilding. Um, as I mentioned, I competed in my first show last week in Bakersfield. It was Central California Championships, and I was so, you know, worked so hard to prepare for this, prepare for this show. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. And then I'm going to tell you what happened at my gym. I'll finish on that. This fucking big. So I wanted to take a bus up to Bakersfield, and I just really didn't think. I thought like Bakersfield, Hugh Hauser, it's amazing. You look at this wonderful place, and no, Bakersfield is actually the murder capital of California. It's an extremely dangerous place. I didn't know that at all. Um, I, I, I figured, you know, I'd stay up all day. My show was in the place around 2:30 in the. I figured park and ride. There'll be taxis there. There'll be ways to get around. I don't know, buses. Nothing. Nothing. So I started to walk, and I remember I looked at the Google mile and a half to get back to the hotel when my tan started to run. But I managed to show, and as I was heading to the high school, I was literally maybe a couple hundred yards from high school, and some guy in a truck. This is around like 9 o'clock in the morning. Some guy in a truck drove by and threw like a small firecracker at me. Literally, like, I mean, he didn't hit me with it, but it went off, and it was very loud. And I said, if that guy would have hit me with it, a very small one, forget what they're called, pocket rockets, could have really fucked me up. Thank God that he didn't hit me with it. I got to the show, and I was like early there, and I really I did see some of the competitors before. I saw one guy like kind of we know what's up like before the show starts, who's basically going to win. We have a pretty good idea. There was a guy a little shorter than me. He was a little light. He was thinner than me. He was definitely more cut up than me. I mean, to give you an idea, I'm okay. Like I'm when I pump up and everything. I don't know. You can see my abs here or something. I'm not bad. Definitely a lot more cut up than I was for the did. Probably because I'm doing a lot more like resistance bands training, and I'm trying to focus on shape. Like instead of strength, just cup. You got to be fucking like really everything's got to be there. So I'm what happened. I didn't play. I was in the most highly contested division, classic men. I think there were like 12 or 15 dudes in there. It was a good field, and the guy that I saw before he wound up it, and we talked. I could have swore if I remember clearly, he told me he was on diuretics, which is a banned substance. The guy that got second, this really good-looking black guy. Um, he, I know you could see light gyno, on him, and he even told me, he goes, I told him how long I prepped for this, a month and a week. He goes, dude, another 2 months you would have destroyed us. I mean, that's what he said. I was like, wow, wrong. You don't have to read. They charge you if you want to look at the judges' scorecard. The top five placed in the top five. Well, even the guy that got fifth, I was surprised. I really thought I had that. But I think what it was there was the mandatory poses that I did okay with those, but you need to understand also when they tell you stand straight, hold, turn, quarter turn to the right, and you're supposed to stick a certain point with your arm and your chest. I didn't know how to do any of that. I know all that now. My solo routine was okay, but still, all I was kind of surprised. I did get a participation medal, and I clapped. I kept a good composure throughout the whole thing. Um, then after, I couldn't wait to get the fuck out. I stayed all day, and then at that point, for $15, I had a taxi take me to the fucking Greyhound, and it's like this Amtrak bus. It was a little bit earlier. I wanted paying $20 to get the fuck out of there and come back to LA same day. I couldn't even stay. I wanted paying for 2 hotel nights, like some of this shit, which still there's still some on me. I mean, it takes forever for it to go away. Um, but it's not the money, the time, the effort, the energy. It's a lot to put in for something. You get absolutely one guy like uh, got this medal. That was kind of cool. It'd have been nice if I would have gotten something good, to go home with. But and then I had to pee. I had to fucking do the pee in a cup. So I was one of the people that were selected to um, take the urine test, whatever. So go figure. The top two guys got pro cards, and they're cheating. Here I am, like working my ass off, walking 9 miles. I told it to the judge. He also walked me in the bathroom, watched me. I told him, dude, no one's gone through what I gone through for this fucking shit, and I'm getting nothing. Like, and he's like, well, that's why I never turned pro. He told me. I still try to keep my composure, and I went in, and I soon is really hoping this shit doesn't happen again. But again, I think I'm going to come in a lot sharper. I think my posing thing is all, everything else is refined now. Got to do the music. I'm going to work on that. Hopefully, with all this shit, at least I'll place this time. I hope, God. It's not the money. I mean, it is the money too, like the food, the eating clean, and all the supplements. And God damn it! Here, you want to hear, like, give you an idea. Yesterday, or today already. It's already 3 o'clock in LA. What I did again, I train legs every fucking day, dude. They took out this one machine that I really liked that really hit my quads and my legs all around. It was such a great machine. The one day that I got my contest, they take out the one machine that I fucking use. So now I'm basically doing this leg press, and I'm doing a shitload of work on the leg press. And when I mean a lot, I'm talking 400, 500 reps. I'm talking yesterday, 125 reps. Not all once nonstop, but like, and it's like 100 pounds on there. It's not a lot. But think about this, and you get to like 40, 50 reps and your legs start burning. What I do is I take my feet, put them together, so I put the pressure on the calf, so it gives your time for your quads and your hands, whatever, all the muscles in your upper legs to recuperate. And I get back and hammer out more and more and more. Get up, start walk it out for a little minute, get back to it. Think about this. I count them out in my mind. 625 reps. Okay, about that. Now at night, I did tries, little forearms, and some ab work. I figured out a way because my lower abs. I don't. Well, here I'll show you. See if we can get a decent ab shot here without me pulling my pants down. But you can see, like, you see how my upper abs are clearly defined, and then the lower, you can't really see it really that well. I mean, it's okay, but you're supposed to be able to see all of this like clearly. Basically, um, I found a way to target this area on a decline bench. So using a decline bench, what I do is I take two 10-pound dumbbells and I place a hook your feet in on the decline bench, and then at an angle, and I basically crunch. I'll do sit-ups on that, and I'll do. I cranked out 625 of them, or 600. I'm sorry, I did 625 in leg press, but 6 reps over the span of maybe half an hour on the thing. 25. Okay, stay up, catch your breath, go back down. Another 25, 15 or 20. All right, 600 fucking reps. Okay, because I feel that's what's really going to create that good vascularity in your lower abs, get rid of that fucking fat. But that's what it is, trial and error, modify. If something doesn't work for you, change. That was, you gotta understand something. I've been going to gyms for like over 30 years, over 30 fucking years, and to walk out of a show, not even play. I felt like I held my own against everybody there. Like I wasn't like, yeah, look at that guy. It's nothing compared to. I mean, people were complimenting me backstage, like before the show, like, dude, you look pretty good. I mean, I really thought I was a threat to win the whole thing, really. Um, I mean, the dude I was standing next to, this guy was like 6'3", but he was as soft as butter. I destroyed him with I put my arms up there. I know you can't really see my vascularity, but I put my arms out. This guy looked like nothing compared to me. I don't care. He was like 220, 230, but he was like a soft. He looked like absolutely nothing compared to me. He tried to like blow me out going like this, but he can't. I'm standing right next to him, and I'm not saying I'm like Frank Zane, but I am, you know, I can hold my own, and I did. I just very surprised I didn't get fifth at least, or even being the top two guys. And I'm standing right there and looking. I'm looking exactly like, okay, how cut up this guy is. I can tell like why I'm not there and he was. And that's that. Now the Ironman show is a pro am. It's gonna be location is things that were the problems of not being prepared. No, everything I can eliminate a lot of the not know how this goes down. I know what had to be done. No excuses this time, and I'm really hoping that they say this leads to the natural Olympia. That's the ultimate dream. But again, I think I don't know like what if I have to like win a pro card first. I'm gonna find all that out. I want to make my goal realistically is I'd like to walk out of the Ironman with something, like a good placing. Ideally, win. I have to get a sword, like that you win. I don't know if that's going to happen, but ideally to be taken very seriously at this point because I'm going to be 50. Now you have the problem of cheating. How am I going to deal with this? This is difficult because again, I'm not. I'm going to be honest with you. That's the only way to be. Be real, right? Let's be real. In the past, and I mean in the past, not like recently, I have taken SARMs. I have tried these over-the-counter stuff at supplement stores by HTP versions of Dianabol. Their version, it's nothing like you're. Um, you can't even. They shouldn't even call it that because it's not even. Or they're. I have the stuff here, but I didn't use any of it for like months. I said I'm doing the show as clean as possible. Like I'm going to do the show just by taking all the BCA amino acids, fucking tribulus, all legit shit. Good food, dieting down, hard work. That's all I was so strict on it. Paranoid if I pee a cup and it comes back, oh, the androsten's in there, and on the it says it's 3 alpha 1 match up exactly. I was worried if I have to do a pee test and they said, well, we found andro in your pee, that we're going to ban you for that. And I didn't want to say, no, dude, like I want to say, hey, I did, I got like that from all this hard work, not from taking a little bit of andro. So I laid off everything completely. And I'm laying off of it now. Like I feel like maybe I could be a little better. I'm gonna find out. I say, well, if this stuff is okay, then I'm gonna spend a fucking fortune. I'm gonna spend like $1,500 to get all the fucking closest shit that I can get. If I can get away with it and it's okay, I'm gonna use it. I need all the help I can get. You got to understand something. Natural Olympia, I mean, is like, you have to be harder than 3 times 9. You got to be basically Mount Olympus, like just came down from Mount, able to hold your own against. I can imagine. I seen videos of some of these guys. I saw it look like I don't exist. Um, anyway, but I'm important. There's this big black guy, kind of tough looking, kind of younger dude. I would say maybe about 30. And this guy he's maybe 6'3" size, and I say decent. He's like probably like two, and he'd always do his like tricep push. He seems moderately knowledgeable. He's not nothing. I just been around too long. I could tell, and that we have a couple stations where there's rope pull downs, multi-purpose kind of thing, and Jim, the last thing I will do is some wrist rolls. There's like this little bar about this big that you can turn, So I move this, you can move the thing to be able to put it. He's using a far one, and I'm down there and I'm changing the fucking thing, and he comes up and he's standing. I could see like he's right next to me, and I stand up, and he's like right there, and he basically points. I do it so like you can get my vantage point. He just goes like, "You, he didn't say a word, right? He didn't say a fucking word, like he was Xerxes or something. Hold on, like he was a king or something, right? I go like this, like huh? And he goes like in his deep black voice. He goes like using that, like he said. I think he said, yeah. He goes using that, and I go no. He like picked it up and walked away, but just in the way of like just kind of like commanding, like the way he went like this, like he just wouldn't say. I mean, and then I said to myself, dude, I almost like who the fuck do you think you are? Like, dude, I've been lifting weights probably before you were born. Now maybe he's a little intimidated by me because like now, again, if you put him on stage, these guys they think they're something, but again, again, like got over 30 years experience. I'm his masculinity on me like I was an inferior nothing. That's the vibe I was getting. And I guarantee you something like if it came that said the loser has to leave, I would probably challenge him and I would destroy him because you do not underestimate little. Tall means nothing. It counts for nothing. Like he thinks like he was trying to impose on me. I know that. But it doesn't work on me. Like I've been around too long. I've been in this too long. The proof is in the pudding. I just am way, 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 way far advanced, psychologically, mentally, and just downright time vested in gym. You can't beat me. There's no way. The only people that can has more time than me really is like Michael Hearn. People more real time. And you gotta understand, like the morning of 9/11, I was in the gym. 1991's Michael Jackson video premiere, I was in the gym. 80s, I was lifting at Universal in high school, the Universal four station machines. I got a shitload of fucking time, and I mean a shitload of time. So, and a master's degree in physics. So, like, this guy's gonna come up and go, uh, he's a fool. He has no fucking idea he's talking to, and my job to like have to prove who I am. But again, it'd be nice to earn some titles and some, just to have under my belt. So like my own personal thing because I feel like, you know, you, you go to. I have a friend Alex that works out religiously as well, and is not in when you go to these places. These people are buffoons. They're idiots. A lot of them. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're uneducated. I'm a doctor